The filmmaker Kendal John this week was busy donating copies of his popular heritage documentary Who Are You to entities devoted to the preservation of Saint Lucia's cultural and environmental assets. He said it was his way of showing his appreciation for the assistance received in producing the film.
Today it's an opportunity for me to give back as the filmmaker and the producer of the documentary Who Are You. I've decided to give back to all these institutions that made it possible for me to produce a film. Institutions such as the National Trust, UNESCO, which of course contributed a large amount of the funding. We have the Ministry of Education, who all just gave me as a support, especially for the students, etc., to see the film. We also have the Archaeological and Historical Society, and some other institutions like the archives will be also be getting a copy. And this again is just an opportunity for me to say thank you to these institutions for believing in the product and also ensuring that people are able to see this product and share the passion that I had for the heritage, the cultural heritage, and the protection and preservation of the environment of Saint Lucia.
Indeed, UNESCO is very happy to have been able to secure the funding for this film, which will go a long way in terms of promoting, preserving, aiding in efforts to protect and conserve our cultural heritage. We are very grateful that this is in keeping with our mandate, which is why the funding had been approved. We certainly need to make every effort to guard our cultural heritage against illicit pilfering, illicit trafficking, illicit sales, because safeguarding our cultural heritage is key to our sustainable development.
We are quite elated to receive our copy of Who Are You? As a Ministry of Education, we support these kinds of initiatives as they provide an avenue where our students can learn about Saint Lucian history. It also supports very well the curriculum at the secondary level, even from grade 6, where our local history is presented to our students. We are hoping that this video can be used as a teaching tool to encourage our students to do more research on our local history, especially with the history SBAs. So we are very happy to receive these copies, and I wish to say thank you so much to Mr. John for remembering our students.
The Saint Lucia National Trust is extremely pleased to receive a copy of Kendal John's Who Are You documentary, especially because it's been some time now that we wanted to organize a viewing for our youth members and the youth of Saint Lucia in general. So it's really timely because we have this viewing on April 8th, and to date we have approximately 40 persons who've registered. So I'm going to encourage Saint Lucians, even if they've seen the film already but probably missed some elements and want to catch that segment that they missed, to contact the National Trust, register for this Youth for Conservation retreat, and we'll be showing the film. Hopefully Mr. John will be on hand with Mr. Tulsi and other persons to engage in a discussion on the contents of the film. So this is April 8th at the Caribbean's Shock Cinemas. I'd just like to encourage persons to follow in Kendal's footsteps. There are so many stories to be told about our heritage, so many untold stories, and this film is trying to do just that by showing the natural and cultural heritage of Saint Lucia, and to get persons to fully understand where it is that they came from, as this will help you to shape where it is that we're going. So it's important to have a better appreciation of what is uniquely Saint Lucia, and when you fully understand what it is, then I believe you'd be more appreciative and you'll have more of a desire to protect it, not only for yourselves, but also for future generations.
A copy of the DVD was also donated to a representative of the DeVoe family, as the film was dedicated in part to the memory of the late Robert DeVoe, an ardent historian and conservationist. DVD copies of the film are now available for 60 EC at Splendor Gifts and More at the Gablewoods Mall, the Spectre office in Castries, and at HTS Studios on the Mon. Joachim Duplessis, HTS News Force.